Flowers! Welcome to Forest Friday! We're outside. It is very strange weather out here today. It's stuck somewhere between winter and summer. So I have my hat on and I have my coat on, but I don't have my coat zipped up because it's not that cold. But my fingers are a little cold, but I'm going to try to play some songs for you anyways. I'm playing my ukulele today, which is smaller than my guitar because it's easier to bring outside. And I'm just learning to play the ukulele. It's my new trick, so hopefully it goes pretty well. We'll start with our good morning song. I've been waiting for you to come to this place. Waiting for you to come to this place. Wherever you're from, I'm glad that you've come. I've been waiting for you to come to this place. Alright. And I thought we would sing some outdoor songs today since we are outdoors. So let's see here. I'm going to try to play the garden song for you. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. That was not too bad. And let's see, what's another one? How about I love the flowers, I love the daffodils? You guys remember that one? It was I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the mountains, I love the rolling hills, I love the fireside when all the lights are low. And then you have to go boom diada, boom diada, boom diada, boom diada. And if we were all together in circle time, we would all bump our hips into each other. So maybe you can find someone at home to play with you. I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the mountains, I love the rolling hills, I love the fireside when all the lights are low. Boom diada, boom diada, boom diada, boom diada. I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the mountains, I love the rolling hills, I love the fireside when all the lights are low. Boom diada, 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 boom diada. All right, enough ukulele for now. I have a short little story for you today. Thank you, Violet, for being my videoer. You can tell this is another one of my very well-loved books because it's got stains all over it. I think this was one of the books that I read when I was learning to read back when I was about 5 or 6.
One chapter, please.
And it's called Frog and Toad All Year, and this is a chapter book. So if you see, there's something called a table of contents, and it tells you which page all the different chapters start on. And today, I am going to read you The Corner. It starts on page 18 because this is a story about waiting for spring, which is something that I am doing, and I'm sure you guys are doing too. So here it goes. The Corner. Frog and Toad were caught in the rain. They ran to Frog's house. "I am all wet," said Toad. "The day is spoiled." "Have some tea and cake," said Frog. "The rain will stop. If you stand near the stove, your clothes will soon be dry." "I will tell you a story while we are waiting," said Frog. "Oh, good," said Toad. "When I was small, not much bigger than a pollywog," said Frog, "my father said to me, 'Son, this is a cold, gray day, but spring is just around the corner.' I wanted spring to come out. I went out to find that corner. I walked down a path in the woods until I came to a corner. I went around the corner to see if spring was on the other side." "And was it?" asked Toad.
No, said Frog. There was only a pine tree, 3 pebbles, and some dry grass. I walked in the meadow, and soon I came to another corner. I went around the corner to see if spring was there. Did you find it? Asked Toad. No, said Frog. There was only an old worm asleep on a tree stump. You guys see the little worm? I walked along the river until I came to another corner, and I went around the corner to look for spring. Was it there? Asked Toad. No, said Frog. There was only some wet mud and a lizard who was chasing his tail. You must have been tired, said Toad. I was tired, said Frog, and it started to rain. I think Frog needs a muddy buddy. Actually, maybe frogs don't need muddy buddies because they're just made to be outside in the rain. I went back home, and when I got there, said Frog, I found another corner. It was the corner of my house. Did you go around it? Asked Toad. I went around that corner too, said Frog. What did you see? Asked Toad. I saw the sun come out, said Frog. I saw a big bird sitting and singing in a tree. I saw my mother and father working in their garden. I saw flowers in the garden. I can't wait to get our garden started this year. You found it, cried Toad. Yes, said Frog. I was very happy I had found the corner that spring was just around. Look, Frog, said Toad, you were right. The rain has stopped. Frog and Toad hurried outside. They ran around the corner of Frog's house to make sure that spring had come again. And that's the end. The next chapter is called Ice Cream, and that is a summer story. So maybe we'll read that a little closer to summer. All right, boys and girls, I am going to flip the camera around and take you for a little walk to see if we can find any signs of spring here at the garden school. I'll let you peek out the window. I bet you all know where I am. I bet if you look carefully, you can see our tire swing, and you can see our shelter. But I want to go take a close-up look at some of the branches to see if we can see any buds or any signs of spring yet. Let's see. Okay. You can tell my kids have been playing out here in the back. So you can see all their toys, and you can see that it is still very, 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 very muddy. But I wanted to look here at these bushes. These are forsythia bushes. They get the most beautiful yellow flowers. And I wanted to show you what I noticed. It might be a little hard to see. Let me see if I can get it to come into focus. There we go. Do you see right here? There we go. Do you see here? There are buds all over the branches of this tree. And do you know what buds are? They are baby leaves. So this bush has all these baby leaves just waiting to poke out. You can see here, this one does too. You can see all the buds on there and that one there. So we see a lot of buds on trees. And then I came into the forest yesterday and I noticed something on the floor of the forest that wasn't there last time you guys were here. Do you notice anything green? That is definitely a sign of spring, that some of our green forest floor is starting to come up. Pretty soon, when we look through the forest, we won't be able to see very far because it'll be all leaves. But if you can spy really carefully, you might be able to see way back there the yellow slide at the abandoned playset. Let's see, what else do we have that could be a sign of spring. If we listen really carefully, if you're real quiet, you might be able to hear there are some birds singing. I don't know if you can hear that here, but if you go outside your house, I bet you will hear birds singing at your house as well. And we have had some robin birds that have been visiting, which is always a sign that spring is on its way. We have had so many birds working hard to make nests, and I even found where they're making one of the nests, so I'm going to show that to you right now. You know where I am. I'm walking around to the front, out here by our sandbox, and by our snack table, and our swings, and our zip line. And there haven't been very many kids out here except for just my kids, and so the birds think, ooh, this is a nice quiet place to build a nest, so I want you to take a peek at this birdhouse. Do you see how there's little pine needles and sticks and stuff sticking out? That's because there is a bird nest in there, and there is also a bird nest right in here. But I don't want to get too close to this one because this mama bird is pretty protective of her nest, and when I tried to get close to it the other day, she sort of flew right at me. She didn't like that very much. So the last sign of spring I wanted to show you is over by the sandbox, where we have so many of our bulbs coming up. And the kind of flowers that grow from bulbs are crocus and tulips and daffodils and hyacinth. So if I look down here, look at that, we've got a beautiful crocus flower. 2 of them. Crocus are my favorite because they come up first in the spring. They even sometimes come up when it's still snowing, and it always makes me happy because they're the very first ones. And if you look there, we have a little hyacinth that's just starting to peek its head up. And then if you look over here by the sandbox, you can see we have lots of things growing. For all of you that like to eat the chives, you'll be happy to know that the chives are coming back up. And here you can see the daffodils have a lot of buds on them that's going to pop open and be a flower. And actually this one right here is just about to pop open and be a flower. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, we might have some little daffodils. And over here we have a whole bunch more crocus. You can see. So that makes me very happy. It makes me feel like spring is in fact right around the corner. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you back here on Monday. Take care. Bye.